Common wisdom says that power is not lost in one big move. We often imagine a king falling in a physical battle or a leader getting fired after a loud scandal. We think of a sudden loss of a great fortune. We are taught to fear things that are loud and sudden and scary. But this is not the truth. Power does not just vanish in one night. It is not something taken by a thief moving in the dark. Instead, it slowly wears away. It falls apart in total silence, bit by bit. It happens most often in the very places where you would never expect to find any danger. It is a slow bleeding of the soul. It is invisible until the very moment you try to stand up and you realize you no longer have the strength in your legs to hold your own weight. This brings me to a very uncomfortable but very important question. I want you to look at your life right now. Do not look at how much money you have or what your job title says. Look at your surroundings. Think about the physical and digital spaces you go to every single day. How many of them are slowly draining your mental strength without you even knowing it is happening? A long time ago, a master of strategy named Machiavelli saw that a person's surroundings could be a more dangerous and faster destroyer than any open enemy. You can see an enemy army coming toward you. You can build big walls to stop them. You can prepare your defenses. But a bad environment is like a gas that has no color and no smell. You breathe it in every single day, and you do not even realize you are dying until it is far too late. Today we are going to look very closely at your reality. You might assume that your strength is built mostly by your own willpower, or your habits, or your genes. But Machiavelli made a more troubling claim. He said that a person is ultimately defined by the space they choose to live in. If this deep idea is true, then where in your life is your personal power quietly leaking away? Machiavelli saw all spaces, whether it is a physical room, a group of friends, or a state of mind, as one of two things. It is either a trap designed to catch you or a fort built to make you strong. There is no middle ground. Stay with me until the very end of this. We are going to look at the 7 outside traps and the 7 inside prisons that are currently holding your potential as a prisoner. This is not just a bunch of ideas. This is a guide for survival for the modern mind. Let us begin with the world that exists outside of your own skin. Machiavelli saw that even the most powerful leaders were eventually destroyed not by big wars, but by the people around them. The daily world of people who give fake praise, people who are foolish, and the loud noise that lived around them. Here are the 7 most dangerous environments that act like a parasite on your power. The first one is the company of average people. The first dangerous place is not a building, it is a group of people. Machiavelli said that personal power always fades away when you always spend time with people who expect nothing of themselves. We often think we cannot be touched by the influence of others. We think we are strong and that their laziness will not change us. This is pride. In his writings, Machiavelli noted that the human spirit always ends up looking like the people it spends time with. It is like a sponge soaking up water. If you sit in a room with 5 people who have given up on their big dreams, you will eventually become the 6th person to give up. Sharing a life of being average turns into a habit that eats away at you. It lowers your standard. In their presence, your big ideas look like you are exaggerating. Your hard work feels like you are trying too hard. They do not need to fight you. They simply pull you down to their lower level through the weight of their own laziness. You must check your circle. You do not need to be mean to them, but you must keep your distance. Take your energy away from average people or you will sink right along with them. The second one is the echo chamber. This is the circle where every person agrees with everything you say. This feels good, and it feels like people are supporting you. It feels like they are being loyal. But Machiavelli warned that fake praise is a sweet poison because it makes the person receiving it feel drunk. When you are in a place where your ideas are never tested, where people always laugh at your jokes, and where your mistakes are always excused, you are slowly rotting. Growth needs a struggle. A muscle only grows when it hits weight that fights back. A mind only gets sharp when it hits against the hard stone of a different opinion. The leaders who stayed around people who only said yes were always the first to lose their power because they became blind to what was real. Look for the place where there is friction. Find environments where you are the person who knows the least in the room. Find people who respect you enough to tell you no. The third one is the place of complaining. This is a very common environment in the world today. It is the lunchroom where co-workers gather to complain about the boss. It is the online group that is only there for anger. It is the family party where everyone fights to see who has the most difficult life. Machiavelli would call this the place of sadness. It is dangerous because it feels like you are being productive. Complaining feels like you are doing something. It lets out some steam, but in reality, it is a leak of your power. When you live in a space of constant complaining, you are teaching your brain to look for problems instead of looking for solutions. You are taking on the identity of a victim, and a victim can never be a leader. A victim waits for someone to save them. A leader saves themselves. If you stay here too long, you will forget your own ability to make strong choices. Do not give these people anything. Do not join in and do not nod your head. Stop giving the negativity your attention and move yourself away from these talks. The fourth one is the stage of masks. These are the spaces in work or social life where you feel you have to pretend to be someone else just to fit in. We all wear masks once in a while. Being polite requires it. But Machiavelli said that if you wear a mask for too long, the mask eventually becomes your face. You forget who you are underneath it. Think of the massive energy it takes to keep up a lie. Think of the tiny thoughts you have every second to make sure your fake personality is okay for others. This uses up a huge amount of your mental power. It leaves you with no energy for your real work, your real hobbies, or your real life. Long ago, Machiavelli saw leaders who tried to be everything to everyone. They ended up being nothing to anyone. They were not hated, but they were not respected either. And without respect, your power disappears. Find where you are just acting. Stop. The moment you stop trying to make people you do not like feel impressed, you get back a huge amount of energy. The fifth one is the world of noise. Machiavelli lived in a loud time of swords and markets, but he could not have imagined the loud noise of our time. This dangerous place is the constant digital noise of distractions, the constant pings on your phone, the endless scrolling, and the news that screams at you to be afraid. When you live in this world of noise, your focus is broken into 1,000 tiny pieces. You cannot focus and you cannot think deeply. You become a creature that just reacts to things. You are hitting at flies instead of steering your own ship. A distracted mind is a weak mind. A person who is distracted loses strength not because they are not smart, but because they cannot use that smartness on one single thing. Machiavelli said that power truly belongs to the person who can be silent. You must build a fort of silence. You need times in the day where nobody can reach you. You need spaces where the world cannot touch you. The sixth one is the nest of envy. These are places where every good thing you do is seen as a threat instead of something that inspires others. Have you ever shared good news only to have people stay silent or give you a fake compliment? You are in the nest of envy. In these bad spaces, the group has a rule that says you are not allowed to be better than them. If you stay here, you will start to ruin your own success without knowing it. You will make yourself smaller. You will hide your wins, and you will speak more softly. You will turn down your own light just to keep people from being mad. Machiavelli knew this truth. Anyone who is afraid to shine has already given up. Envy spreads like a cold, and it creates a mindset where anyone trying to climb up is pulled back down. Leave. Do not try to fix people who are jealous. Do not try to be extra nice to them. Their envy is not about you. It is about their own empty lives. Leave them alone. The seventh one is the trap of being comfortable. This is perhaps the most quiet and deadly one of all. This is the environment where nothing asks anything of you. The job is easy and the pay is just okay. The routine is the same every day. Machiavelli thought this was the most dangerous place to be. Why? Because struggle is the engine that keeps us alive. Comfort acts like a drug for the soul. It puts you into a deep sleep. You tell yourself you are happy, but really you are just stuck. You are being tamed like a pet. To Machiavelli, being tamed was the most clever form of being a slave. A wolf that is fed by a person is no longer a wolf. It is a dog. It has traded its freedom for a full stomach. Bring back some difficulty. If your life is too easy, you must make it hard on purpose. Take a harder path. Train your body harder. Set a goal that seems impossible. Wake up the wolf inside you. We often think dangerous places are only physical spots. We think we can just move to a new city or change our job and everything will be fine. But Machiavelli understood that the most terrible prisons are not made of stone. They are built inside our own heads. You carry these places with you. You sleep in them and you wake up in them. Let us look at the 7 internal rooms you must move out of. The first internal place is the altar of memory. It is the memory you refuse to let go of. It is that one failure from years ago. That one time someone said no. That one time someone hurt you. You go back to this scene all the time. You play it in your head like a movie. You think about what you should have said. You think you are learning from the past, but you are not. You are worshipping it. You have built an altar of memory, and you are giving away your present moment to a ghost. Machiavelli knew that a leader who looks backward cannot move forward. The past is a place to look at, not a place to live in. What happened is over. It is dead. Stop trying to bring a dead thing back to life. Lock the door to this room and throw the key away. The second is the theater of fear. This is the room where you watch scary movies that have not even been made yet. It is the space of asking, what if? What if I fail? Or what if they laugh at me? What if I lose all my money? In this mental space, you become a prisoner of things that do not even exist. You feel the pain of failing without ever even trying. You feel the shame of being rejected without ever asking. As Machiavelli said, a person who fears too much is defeated before the fight even starts. Fear is just using your imagination in a bad way. It is using your creative power to build your own jail. Most of the things you're afraid of will never happen. And if they do happen, you will handle them then. Do not start bleeding before you are even cut. The third is the court of comparison. This is the internal courtroom where you are always on trial. The people judging you are strangers you see on the internet. You always measure your real life against everyone else's best moments. To compare yourself is to give the keys to your life to other people. You let them decide what you are worth. A mind that is busy comparing itself never leads itself. It just follows the rules made by others. It makes you feel like you are always missing something. You are always not enough. Not rich enough or not fit enough. There is no race. There is only you and your potential. The only number that matters is if you are better than you were yesterday. The fourth is the jail of resentment. Being angry at people is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. This is the internal place where you keep your grudges. You keep a list of everyone who has ever done something bad to you. You think this anger keeps you safe. You think it keeps you sharp. But Machiavelli would tell you that anger is a very heavy armor. It might stop a hit, but it is so heavy that it stops you from moving at all. It ties you to the person you hate. As long as you are mad at them, they are living in your head for free. Forgive them not because they are good people, but because you deserve to be free of them. Kick them out of your mind. The fifth is the empty space of saying no to yourself. This is the weak space where you always tell yourself that you can't do it. You say you don't deserve it or wonder who you are to lead. This is feeling like a fake. It is a mental space built from the voices of others like parents or teachers. It is a ceiling you put on yourself. Machiavelli taught that luck likes people who are bold. The world does not give power to people who ask for permission. It gives power to those who take it. When you say you have no power, you are insulting what is inside you. You can do so much more than you believe. The only thing stopping you is the story you keep telling yourself. Change that story. The sixth is the waiting room. This is the most crowded room in the world. This is the fake mental space where you tell yourself that you will change tomorrow. You say you will start the business when the world is better. You say you will go to the gym when you have more time. You say you will be happy when you get that new job. It makes you stay still. You are not living your life. You are waiting to live. Machiavelli hated this. He knew that opportunity is something that moves fast. It must be grabbed. It does not wait for you to be ready. Waiting too long ruins more lives than failing ever could. Failing is at least a result. Waiting is just nothing. There is no perfect time. Things will never be perfect. Start right now with what you have where you are. The seventh is the place of lying to yourself. This is the most dangerous room of all, the room of lies. This is where you make excuses for your bad habits. This is where you blame your lack of results on bad luck or the world being unfair. This is where you tell yourself you are working hard when you are actually just doing busy work. Machiavelli warned that any leader who cannot look at himself with total honesty is going to lose his power. You cannot fix a problem if you say the problem is not there. Lying to yourself is like putting a cloth over your eyes before walking into a battle. Look in the mirror. Own your flaws. Own your mistakes. Taking total responsibility is the start of all power. Now take a breath. You might be feeling a little heavy. You might see yourself in the place of complaining, or you might realize you have been in the waiting room for 10 years. This feeling is good. It is the pain of waking up. Machiavelli did not write his ideas to make you sad. He wrote them to give you weapons. He teaches us that keeping power is not just about winning new things. It is about knowing when to leave. It is about the courage to walk away. Walk away from the table where people do not respect you. Walk away from the friends who hold you down. Walk away from the thoughts that make you feel small. When you make the choice to close these doors, both the outside doors of bad places and the inside doors of bad thoughts, something great happens. Your energy stops leaking out. Your focus comes back. Your will becomes like a sharp arrow instead of a scattered shot. You do not need to add anything to your life to be powerful. You just need to take away the things that make you weak. True power has always been there for you. It was just buried under the noise and the fear. Imagine your life is a kingdom. You are the ruler. For too long, you have let people live in your house who do not belong there. You have let weeds grow in your garden. Today is the day you kick them out. Machiavelli said that the strongest ruler is not the one who has the most land, but the one who rules his own life. Take back your space. Guard your mind like a fort. Be very strict with your environment. Thank you for staying with me on this. If this made you think, do not let it go. Follow along and let us continue this journey. And now I leave you with one question to answer in the silence of your own heart. Which place, inside or outside, will you walk away from today?